Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent, chase a chick, never chase a chick.
Hi, welcome everybody to another episode of, well, I guess this week will be
Is it she said, we said?
No, but he said, we said. I'm Solo.
This is Leah.
Reggie.
Yes, we.
Hold on.
My bad. We do in
We
fact
gonna
have a
introduce
guest.
you. My bad.
Yeah. We do in fact have a guest this weekend. This is Reginald Phipps.
Oh,
I
okay.
know. I
Reggie
got the
also goes by Reggie.
Full government. Okay.
Nah, my bad.
That's good.
But no, we've been trying to get Reggie to come on for a while, and it finally worked out. I haven't seen Reggie in almost a year.
Yeah, it'll be a year in like a week.
Couple weeks.
Pandemic. Well, I've seen
Yeah.
you here and there.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, but practicing our social distancing, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
How's the pandemic been treating you?
Not too bad. Just been quarantining. Staying out the
Vacationing.
way. Yeah. Vacation.
Yes.
Staying out the way.
Gotcha.
What you been doing this weekend?
Man, this weekend I've pretty much just been playing it low key. We've got next weekend, Memorial Day. I don't have any plans.
I was about to say, what you got going?
Folks are off on Monday, unless y'all not. Let me
Good.
know. But
I got like a 5-day weekend. I'm excited.
Man.
5-day week.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I did go see that movie Spiral though.
Never seen it.
You know the Saw movies, and this is the one with Chris Rock in it.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, typical Saw stuff. You know how Saw is.
What's the rating?
Out of a 10, I'd probably give it like a 6.25.
Ooh.
So
What's
It
the
was
other
very
song?
Don't waste my
cliche,
money.
Okay.
very predictable, and you know how Saw is. They pretty much have two components when it comes to Saw. It's how can we scare you into capturing the person, and then what gruesome and gory contraption can we make them struggle through. So it was like clockwork, capture you,
Like-
instruction, and then how to tie that one unsuspected killer into the whole web of these people that have been doing corrupt shit. So it was literally
Same movie over here.
same movie.
I have to admit,
I just
I've
wanted to see
never
Chris
seen a
Rock
Saw.
You really?
No,
Not one or two?
never
Oh.
wanted to.
You're not a
see
big scary
it.
movie person, though. Huh?
I'm actually not. But on top of
Me either.
that, I mean, I feel like when the first ones came out, I feel like they was on, like, we got it at Blockbuster or something like that. I feel like this was old.
I think I saw it in the theaters, but at the time it was a new concept, a new
Okay.
idea. But now it's sort of like Fast and Furious. It's the same shit.
I have a confession. I didn't know the movie theater was open.
Huh.
Oh,
Wow.
I had no
Well,
idea.
only
How-
reason?
Oh,
but
What
you
you
saw
mean?
Tenet though, huh?
Yeah, but it went to like
Oh,
Amazon and HBO Max or something.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it at the house.
Why was that? That was gonna be my first thing. Like, how'd you see Tenet?
Tenet was the one I went. I said, "Fuck it." I went. and-
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
didn't know it
"I'm
a
gonna
movie
go
theater.
see this."
Man, so Solomon was like, "Oh, it was so good." I go to see it. It was so good. Kier, I guess, was watching it at the house and was like, "This is stupid." And I was like,
But
I thought it was
dang.
good.
No.
It's
But
confusing.
see here, this is where I'm like, okay, movies theaters are maybe important for us because it's like if I'm gonna watch a movie at home, I'm not focused. I'm not
It's
honing in.
really-
Phones buzzing.
yeah.
I'm getting up, eat. With the theater, I'm locked in. So I feel like certain
Special
movies I can't
effects.
enjoy if I'm not.
yeah,
in the
and you
theater.
can know certain parts. Like, I'm supposed to be tuning into this part, like,
Yeah.
certain zooms and all of that, and the full screen. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, you got the full screen at home, but it's not the same.
And I don't feel as guilty when I don't text back during a movie. It's like, oh, just got out of the movies, as opposed
Yeah.
to
Just
know.
finished watching the movie.
Exactly.
Right.
So did you want to get into the topics? Dive right in. Okay, so first up, we want to acknowledge the passing of Paul Mooney, comedian, writer.
So it was weird this time. For some reason, I say this time, well, when someone passes. So I saw it on maybe social media or maybe I got a text about it. But like normally when someone passes, I feel like I get it.
You got a
Bombarded.
text. You got a text.
Yeah, but I feel like I get bombarded with alerts from news sources. And I think as soon as when I searched it, I was like, really? Is that true? It was like TMZ said it, but it was like one article. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I mean,
Yeah, it
TMZ
didn't
said
feel
it.
real. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was real until Erykah Badu posted. That's why I was like,
Oh, Erykah Badu posted.
so-
Wow. Wow.
Well,
I'm not
I didn't
lying.
see anyone caring if it wasn't real. It was like,
Right.
here's Mooney's dead. It was just like, okay, hey, rest in peace. It was no like,
Wow.
y'all need to fact check. Everybody was just, okay, he's dead.
The
Dang.
comedians are probably waiting to do something like more special. For it.
I guess I heard of him. Was it leukemia?
Was it leukemia? I
No,
thought
not
it was something
leukemia
else.
or
I thought it was
prostate cancer.
Was it
No.
not related to, you know what?
You know that.
You know what? As soon as we start trying to remember, I probably saw some other deaths too, and now I'm about to mix it up.
Yeah.
But
But he had been sick for some time.
I could have sworn I saw something about some kind of
Yeah.
heart attack. but-
He had prostate cancer in 2014, but I'm not sure if that's what led to the death.
Do you remember how old he was?
79.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, he's best known for his work with Richard Pryor. Wrote a lot of his stuff. It was very controversial in his comedic style. Yeah, he was
Dave
always
Chappelle
questioning.
show.
Yeah, he had an HBO special. I've seen him in Caroline's, where he's constantly going after, racist white ideology and people, and best known for, white people will come there, be offended, get kicked out. Well, not kicked out, but storm out. That's like his. We went to Caroline's. I remember in New York and saw him, and like clockwork, a white person in the crowd got offended, heckled. They were out of there. So it's like, what you're getting yourself into.
Is that a thing though? Like people would go to heckle or to like.
I think at this point, I saw Paul Mooney in 2012 I saw him in 2011, something like that, 10 or 11.
Okay.
But it's like, by then, his style. He's going to talk about racist white people and things like that. So it's like, at that age, if you're going and you don't know the name Paul Mooney and you're Caucasian, yeah, you'll be caught off guard, because he'll be saying just a whole bunch of shit that may come off to them as being prejudiced and racial. And but anyone who knows Paul Mooney knows that that's what the content's going to be about. So, some white people come in there, be surprised, shocked, and get offended, and and then he'll go after you.
Still.
He'll attack you in the crowd if you start saying shit. So, but he was. I laughed very hard at that show. So, yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're getting to the point where everyone that I just
week.
know, like as a famous person, is like, wow, this is just
Every
life.
week it's somebody that passes.
Yeah.
So, but in other news, trying to switch gears real quick, but rest in peace to Paul Mooney for sure. Also this week, Texas, they passed their
Man, we
abortion
cannot
bill.
get out of the news. Like we can't. It's been a year, and it's like every month, like it has to be something with us.
With Texas, right?
Yeah, and I mean, people around the country now know Abbott and Cruz and very well, but
Yeah,
Greg Abbott.
To go into specifics, the bill is passed,
Right.
stating that if there's a heartbeat, or if they detect a heartbeat, then it's
I thought it was 6 weeks.
6. Oh, it's 6 weeks. Okay. So at 6 weeks, they're saying that it will be definitely
I just need to
illegal
know
to
the
get
process
the
of
abortion.
this. There's no way.
Oh, you mean as far as getting the bill to be passed?
Yeah.
Man, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I was like, the biggest takeaway for me with this bill, yes, by all means, it infringes on people's bodies, and you have other people telling women how to deal with their bodies, but it's like, they can get some shit through like a motherfucker, huh? The Republic, I was like, when was this? And, pardon my lack of knowledge, but when did this come to the floor? When were y'all were y'all talking about this? It's like we just hear about it when it passes. And so I'm just like, is this? Then you start thinking about those conspiracy theories of, well, see, that's what happened with the winter storm, and they were just distracting us. Because, like, I don't recall it being brought to the floor and them voting on it. It's like It's here. It's past.
I mean, I do know. I feel like recently it has just come back up, and I feel like recently, meaning the past couple of years, because I remember Ohio had something, and something random in like Mississippi. It was like a lot of different states were having.
This was maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it started.
Arkansas was a big one, right?
Right.
Arkansas, yeah.
It was like a lot of these states, and it's just like, where is this conversation coming from? Why are we going back to this? And like I guess assessing when like women shouldn't be able to like make decisions about that. Like
it's like we were talking about it and we stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like other shit was going on. We had the election going on. We had just pandemic, like so many other different things were going on.
But at the same time, I guess that just
anything
didn't stop. It didn't stop. So here we are, and now everyone's again looking at Texas and like, when are we gonna vote out Abbott? And it's just like, man, people keep voting for him.
He won. He won last time around. So
whatever, man. I don't know. I'm not. I just can't really understand why that's the thing. Why do we have to keep talking about this?
You know, they say they have their agenda. This is what I've heard from like this conspiracy theorists are saying that, it's all about population control. They feel like in so many certain years that that the minority population is going to, rise to a total so high in opposition to like the white population. And so they're saying no abortions so that what? I don't know. I was told, now this is all the conspiracy theory, so I don't necessarily buy into it, but I've heard about it. But saying that white people, the population growth amongst white are slowing down, and they're the ones that go and get abortions out of, the most out of all the different demographics. So they're trying to put that in place to ensure that their numbers don't just dwindle or they're not surpassed by the minorities. I don't know. That's what I've heard before.
That sounds so far-fetched.
But what's the point? Like you said, what's the point of passing the abortion bill?
Or I guess.
And then it's like all these states were on board at like the same time. Remember when it was being talked about?
Yeah.
What for? There's a reason, right?
I mean, agree. There probably is something, and I'm not really privy to whatever that actually is. But at the same time, how do we get there? How is that the population? Because then it's like everyone though, right? But are we saying that white
maybe the conservatives feel like their conservative natural ways are being infringed on with more people that are being let in over the borders and all the different minorities that are.
So the reason for passing it would be to get votes for whoever wants to get votes, right?
Maybe to ensure that there's white people.
But we're talking like now, right? You're not talking about 18 years from now when these people grow up. You're talking about now. I'm going to stay super conservative, and I'm going to make this notion of 6 weeks being the determination, knowing that most women probably don't find out until 6 weeks.
Yeah, because it ain't for the liberals.
Yeah.
But then,
so you're saying it's being passed for the conservative to
get that vote, to grow that vote.
Yeah. But then, when you pass things like this, you also have to ask, okay, well, if you're going to make it illegal now, what steps are you trying to ensure that those that aren't able to take care of their kids can now be able to?
When are we going to think about that? Because at that point, that has to expand too, like the welfare or any kind of opportunities to people that cannot support that. Or even if you go down just the health side of it too, like if for some reason I can't, something with my body or something now I'm in, something happens to me, something could happen to the baby or something, and I have to make that hard decision. I probably wouldn't even know all of that at 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, whatever. I probably wouldn't even know.
Some people don't know.
Like,
some people do not know that they're pregnant.
I would not. I mean, just because. I mean, obviously, this is going to get super, super deep into this, but at the same time, like, you don't even. I mean, by the time you miss a period, it's like, okay, maybe I'm just late or something like that. The first thing that comes to my mind is not let me take a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
Like
6 weeks would be on you like that.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I'm just not here for it.
Gotcha. So yeah, I don't know. In other news, we do have, I don't know if you all are familiar with the Ronald Green story. Actually, it kind of just really came to light in the past week. But
I've seen his name come up a lot, and I haven't looked into it further.
Yeah, a gentleman, I think he was from Monroe, Louisiana, died in a car. Well, was announced dead in a car crash in 2019. They were saying that he hit a tree, died on impact or so forth. But recently, body cam footage has been released showing the cops, in fact, dragging him out of the car, tasing him, beating him, and leaving him on the ground unresponsive for like 9 or 10 minutes, while he was begging them to not tase him, don't beat him. He's got a family. You can hear some disheartening comments like, this motherfucker better not have AIDS. But pretty much, they're shedding some light on a situation that was ruled an accident normally. Now we're finding out that they beat him to death. And so now the family's looking to open a wrongful death suit out on the police department. So have you all heard of that?
Okay, no, I haven't. But I'm assuming, did he actually get in a car accident and total the car?
Yes.
They're trying to justify it by saying he was in a high-speed chase first, and then that's why they're.
I think they said he ran a stop sign, then he eluded officers for a little bit, then hit a tree. Was clearly alive.
Yeah, he was alive.
They said he was dead on impact. And then you see the video footage of them dragging him out, tasing him, stepping on him. I don't even know why I look at shits.
You know what? You have to look at it because I would.
Somebody has to.
I would not watch that. Had I known, I mean, obviously I knew that it was a case around police, but I was like, I'm not watching any videos surrounding this just because I can't take that.
Them clips will just pop up, and I'm not that person. If a clip pops up, what y'all got? So,
did they not? I guess, did they say all of the wounds and stuff on him were attributable to crash?
It hasn't gotten that far yet, I don't think. But that's
and that's my thing. Obviously, when he died to begin with, and maybe this is me watching too much CSI, too much Special Victims, Law and Order, and all those different shows. What did the autopsy show?
Yeah. So I'm thinking the autopsy showed he was in a car accident. So they just ran with that. Are these wounds consistent with a car crash?
Look, because
and if he died in a car crash, what are these puncture wounds from the taser? So I mean, you've got to cover up not only on the cops, but then you got the coroner.
And they drug him too. So like
they drug him?
on the ground. So he's gonna have
drug him on the ground.
No.
Oh, he's also drug in the system.
No, they drug him on the ground.
They did drag him on the ground a little bit. So,
but I mean, even the taser. So like, they would have had to be. They would have had to know all of that. So like, if I'm the family and I got the autopsy report and none of that was on there,
yeah, somebody losing a job.
Oh,
yeah. That's why I don't know. Maybe we're becoming conditioned to these things. If ever there was any doubt, get your own autopsy. Never trust the police department or
especially
the county
on something
or whomever.
like that.
You need to get your own personal autopsy just to
Especially
be sure on the safe
Louisiana.
side. Louisiana, that's another thing. And I'm not familiar with Louisiana law enforcement, but are they as bad?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, my experience with Louisiana is just through, obviously, because my grandparents live out there, so we go out there, fairly frequently. But it's just like, since growing up as a kid, it's just not been a friendly kind of thing. However, my grandfather knew like the local people, but
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I drive to like Louisiana, like New Orleans or Lake Charles, it's dark out there.
always.
Like I-10 coming back from Lake Charles, I'd be like, where are the lights? But then I'm like,
None.
I always have the thought, man, I don't want to get pulled out over here. So,
absolutely do not do it. And I feel like growing up, it was always a thing. My grandpa was like, with y'all Texas plates, don't get pulled over here.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, on top of probably other things.
Okay.
But you don't want to be outside the state too. Because anything happen, you got to go back. It's all them small towns in there.
Yeah.
You got to.
Don't get a ticket out there. Then you got to show up for court out there. And,
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
Yeah.
That ticket out of town?
Yes.
I think I got one in Kansas.
Real?
You think?
No,
Or
Missouri. I got one in Missouri.
I got one
going to St. Louis.
In Atlanta. Definitely didn't go back. Had that.
So
I feel like if I ever run for mayor or a judge, they're gonna be like, remember that one ticket? I'm gonna be like, all right, And then the crazy thing about it was they were like, yeah, we spotted you from the sky. I was like, the sky?
Wait, when you got you were speeding?
The cop that pulled, because I was speeding or whatever, but I saw the cop come up the hill. You know, I was like, oh, there's a cop way back there. I'm just
wow.
trying to drive normal. He gets behind me. I signal, get over. He flashes the light. I was like, how the fuck did you see me speed? Then he told me, yeah, I guess there was some tracker in the sky. So I was like, damn.
Wow, I never heard of that.
I ain't never heard of that. He pulled him over for what?
Yeah, ain't been back to Missouri since, but yeah.
So basically, you may or may not have a warrant.
May or may not, yeah.
Me too, may or may not.
May not. I see.
But yeah,
long
yeah.
ago. It's got to be gone, right?
That's not how it works.
Oh,
yeah.
Wishful thinking?
Yeah, no, I don't even want to know, man. I'm not going anytime soon. But no, our condolences are with the family, and hopefully, you know, they open the case back up and justice is at least sought after, if not served. So.
I absolutely hope that they can get everything that they deserve.
Yeah.
This sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Like straight up lying to a family about the cause of death and following through.
Yeah. Following through at that. But to lighten the mood. Any of y'all been watching any of the playoff basketball? I know it just started, but
I watched them playing games.
Watched every game.
Okay.
All day.
So, let's see. The Lakers and the Warriors. I saw that game. Does that count?
was a good game. Yeah, that was one of the few
counts.
games I did see. That was one of the few games.
Now that started off, and the Warriors had a double-digit lead. Yes. And I was like, dang, LeBron, you know, then something happened with the eye.
Yeah.
He transformed.
LeBron swore he got poked and blinded, and he said he was seeing threes. Three of everything. 3 rims, and he shot at the middle one. And it hit nothing but net. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I will say LeBron looked a little weathered, a little tired. I'm like, if you looking,
yeah, this is
apparently
like
he has a high ankle injury.
Third or fourth game.
A what? What's wrong with him?
Apparently he has a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been plaguing him, and I'm like, it's just the start of the playoffs, bro. If you already talking about you limping, you one-eyed, this is gonna be a long playoff.
Yeah, you know, that's my only takeaway from that. After that, I saw the other Warriors game.
Curry
Memphis.
In Memphis.
Yeah. Okay. Grizzlies, right?
Yeah.
They
lost.
The Grizzlies won.
Grizzlies won.
So they lost.
Steph is out of the playoffs. But, you know, shout out to Ja. Ja did his thing, man. He actually went up against Steph head on.
I think I'm looking forward to seeing how Memphis can do in the playoffs. Really.
Yeah. I don't know. They can't shoot.
They can't, but Ja, I think he's a little more dynamic than people are giving him credit for.
More dynamic?
Who is Ja?
It's the young. He was the rookie of the year. Yeah, last year with the dreads.
It's saying he's like a Russell Westbrook with better passing, right?
Basically.
Okay, maybe I've seen that.
So, which is even more fitting because Russell had to win his game in order to play against the 76? Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay.
That's today.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Who y'all got? Well, who do you think will end up in the finals? Based on the little bits you all know. I'm going with Philly. I want to say Brooklyn, but I just don't see it.
I definitely it's the Nets.
You think the Nets?
Okay, so without
Nets
knowing anything else, I was gonna say
Probably.
Nets, maybe not Lakers. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical because you know LeBron.
No fucking way. Bron and AD play all the way to the playoffs.
As long as they stay healthy, I think it's Nets and Lakers if everybody stays healthy.
Okay, I guess the only thing about the Nets is they were like they were super like, ooh, they doing great in the very beginning.
Yeah,
and then it's just like, okay. Now,
but they had so many injuries.
Okay, I don't get sports alerts, but
KD's
I
missed a good
those.
20-something.
They said that the playoff game that they played was only their 9th game together.
All together?
Yeah.
Okay, then that probably makes sense on why.
Well, because it's like you have KD. KD gets hurt. Okay, James Harden, bring him in. James Harden plays. He balls. He keeps them afloat. Kyrie Irving wants to pick and choose when he wants to play in the games or not. You know, whether he's focused on this social cause or this with my mental health, whatever.
Playoffs.
You don't think
they got Blake Griffin? They got
Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan.
they got everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I
They're
did
not
not
playing.
know they had Blake.
Yeah, Blake Griffin's at the center.
And the Claxton dude is taking over.
Is he?
Okay, so that's your prediction. You
Yeah,
said
it's the
Nets and
Nets.
Lakers.
I got the 76ers, and I really want to see Denver, but I don't know.
Denver's beat up.
The West is up in the air. The West is
Okay,
up in the air. I
so
can't
you-
call the West. It's too early to even call.
Okay.
People are picking the
But
Suns.
I'm going to go with Denver. Fuck it.
it was aggressive. I haven't watched the Suns.
Suns, I haven't watched the Suns
Yeah,
neither,
people are
but
picking the Suns, but I haven't really watched them.
I at least expect Bron to knock them off.
I think it's as long as Bron is actually semi-healthy, they're winning.
Semi-healthy.
Yeah,
Okay.
he just got to be. He's
But
too
you know,
big.
I also noticed that they didn't go to Montrez. They don't go to Markeith.
Yeah.
Like they were playing small ball
Yeah,
with the
they were.
Warriors. I don't know if that's how they had to play them,
Probably.
which is kind of weird because it's like you only got one nigga that's really shooting out there. But okay,
What you talking about?
Steph.
Oh yeah,
I mean Wiggins, but y'all. I
I
don't
thought
see
you were
why
talking
y'all-
about the Lakers. I didn't
the
know
Lakers.
that
No,
shit.
the Lakers have depth. Schroeder.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's see.
Now y'all know.
Gasol.
I don't know none of these.
Gasol.
Yeah,
Not really.
Schroeder
Okay,
is the one with the blonde strip, the German.
The German.
Okay, so see that's the thing. Yeah, I watched. I do remember that. I remember small things.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
If we talk about a more well-known versus,
Okay,
then we
nice.
Yeah, no. But to keep up, I guess to keep it kind of rolling with basketball. Also big in the NBA was this week was Kwame Brown.
Kwame.
Or was that last week too? Well,
He
he's
was
been
dope.
Okay, so
The past
you
2
brought
weeks,
up
Kwame Brown. Yes.
Now you have to take me back.
So he was the number one pick back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Got picked straight out of high school, and he went to play for the Washington Wizards back then,
Washington Wizards,
which
He
was owned by Jordan,
Michael Jordan.
and he was player, coach. Jordan was doing everything, so
Yeah.
he was getting like bullied.
Yeah. So he came in the league at a time where they were still able to draft high school players.
Yep.
Now, this draft had a lot of high school players, and he was the number one draft picked by the Wizards, Michael Jordan. That draft class stunk. That draft class was trash, terrible. I think they had maybe Richard Jefferson, Paul Gasol, Shane Battier. Something just
Yeah.
weak. But after that, the reason why it looks so bad is because after that class, they said, fuck that. We're not, y'all aren't coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, and so because of how weak they were, they're like, clearly all these high school athletes aren't ready for basketball.
Mhm.
So Kwame was the face of that, drafted by Jordan. Jordan said, fuck it. He didn't like him, shipped him off. So he pretty much bounced around and was the face of coming in the draft early in high school and not being ready and being a bust. Everybody labeled him a bust. I really don't remember anything personally from his career other than he was always just there, like averaging maybe 6-7 points. Went to the Lakers, played with Kobe for a little while when they were trash, right? Was he on the Smush Parker teams?
Yeah.
But anyway, Kwame, he's been real quiet, soft-spoken. Nobody's ever really heard him mention or say anything. But until recently, I think Jenny Buss was on the All Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Gilbert Arenas, and they had somehow got over to the conversation of Kwame Brown, and they were just shitting on him, talking about being a bust. And Kwame responded.
Wow.
So Kwame's been on his little bit of a rant tirade where he's been coming after everybody, more particularly
Personal
Mark
attacks.
Barnes.
Yeah.
Matt
Barnes.
Matt Barnes, you know, talking about how him and Derek Fisher had their beef and he ended up with his ex-wife and he's going after everybody.
Who? Charlemagne.
Charlemagne
Brought up
going
his
after Stephen Jackson, Stephen A.
allegations,
Smith,
yeah.
Janelle
What
Hill.
allegations? Jamel?
Hill. Yeah.
Anybody who talked about him.
He's unloading the
Dang.
clip. There's been a ton of clips of him just
Is there like stuff that people know, like it's well known stuff, or is he saying some stuff that's like?
Well, I mean, he brought up Matt Barnes and his
Yeah.
problems, talking about Steven Jackson, how he's just an old gangbanger, you know. And then he's really trying to refute that whole idea of being a bust when he himself has said many times that he's come from very humble backgrounds. He didn't have shoes, he's homeless, but he was able to put his mama in a house at 18 and make $68 million in the NBA. So he's just tired of that narrative of him being a bust and finally just started coming and aiming at niggas' heads.
Hold up. So a bust made 68?
68 million.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, the biggest...
You be a bust? Yeah. Look, I'd be a bust.
Look, hold on. I'm ready too.
Yeah. And he had a 12-year career. I mean, anytime I've never had a job that long. But anytime you can work, make money for 12 years, multi-millionaire, I mean, that's all I need. I don't need validation of other people. If my family's good and taken care of and I know where I've come from, and that's pretty much his whole point. Yeah. So,
I mean, I guess so. But if that's your space, right? You're a sports podcast. I come from a sports background. I play basketball or, used to or whatever. Something to talk about.
Yeah. I didn't know he was country like a motherfucker like that.
I didn't know.
I thought he was from New Jersey. I thought he was from Baltimore.
Wait, where is he from?
He's from Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay, I didn't know he was that country.
Not close to Atlanta, but backwoods, Georgia,
Georgia.
Talk like it. Talk like somebody uncle, daddy, But we'll follow that story.
Why does that whole thing just remind me of like when people like heard Randy Moss talk or something like that?
That it is similar. It's very.
It's like, I didn't know he talked like.
But he talked like that. But I guess with Randy, he's a star player. You heard him talk like that. I really don't remember Kwame just being a vocal person.
What kind of platform is he talking now? Like his
own,
like on his?
Yeah, YouTube? I think he's just doing live, but he's building.
He's on the road, yeah. Sitting at home in his den, just talking shit in his car.
He about to have some. He's building some sort of platform.
Yeah. But Matt Barnes invited him to come on the show.
He said,
air it out. He said, fuck that. I got my own tractor.
Already done.
Whatever.
But at that point, I've already said anything. Y'all already been talking shit. Like, why do I need to go?
To set the record straight? I don't know. I really don't know.
Are they friends? Like, were they even around the same?
They played on the same team.
I think they all played on the same team at different times, yeah.
But at different times. I'm saying, like, if they had some other kind of connection, like, oh, okay, maybe if they had some kind of old friendship or something. But like, if you just, other basketball people, I'm a basketball person, you want me to come on there because she was talking about me? Like,
but it's one of those things, I guess, just because you play on the same team doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be hanging out outside. Now, you're going to be spending a lot of time together, but.
Yeah.
And they might be mad at him too because he was the bus and he's clearly making the money and they probably didn't make as much money as him.
You think so?
If he made $68 million, I don't know.
Gilbert signed one major.
Gilbert, but what about the other
two? Steven played quite a while. Matt played for quite a while.
I don't know if they made as much as him, or felt he was justified. That might be the back.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kwame was the one that made the least.
Really, the least?
Well, I don't know.
The least out of all of those?
Deals that much back then?
No.
So why wouldn't Steve have more? Steve been in the league for a while.
But wasn't he undrafted?
Yeah. No. He was drafted.
I feel like both of them.
No, Matt
late.
was definitely. None of them were lottery picks, but I want to say Steven Jackson definitely.
If you can't remember, it must not have been a great draft.
Second round, 42.
Okay, so he was late.
Yeah. Oh, well, you can't get out of number one, but and Matt.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you're late, that
second
contract
round.
isn't.
It probably wasn't as good as his.
Yeah.
Okay. I was surprised by 68.
How much is he worth?
68.
Hopefully he build up a little bit more.
Don't get into taxes or whatnot. But okay. I guess the moment you and Kiera have all been waiting for.
Me and Kiera.
I'm surprised. I'm mad Kiera's not here for this one because I know we've joked about it and kidded around with it, but it's been officially announced.
Apparently, we are now gonna get the Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow. I can't even remember who we said that he should have gone against, but it wasn't Soulja Boy.
I think we've talked about it a lot, but I thought this was the only one. Omarion. Y'all wanted to give it to Omarion.
Yeah, it was somebody else. But I think Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, they should just go into it and say, hey, look, we're gonna do 15.
15.
We're gonna do
15.
15.
15.
But
15 is a
outside
good
of that, I think it will be very entertaining. I cannot wait to see Soulja Boy.
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to, is what outlandish shit is Soulja Boy gonna say? What is he gonna say that he pioneered, he started, you know?
Oh, everything.
Both of them gonna be outlandish.
Oh, absolutely. Because
the Bow Wow challenge is a thing.
Oh yeah, the Bow Wow challenge. Yeah, when niggas be lying.
Yeah.
Right.
Bruh, I'm sorry.
There's gonna be some clips and memorable memes from this one.
If we talking about the whole lying thing, I'm not gonna get that Soulja Boy. What was that interview where he was talking about what happened? And he was talking about everybody was getting shot at somebody.
He come through the door.
Yes.
I pull out.
Wait, wasn't there like a police? Wasn't there camera footage and police report?
He's talking about surviving this shootout. Yeah. And I was just like, wait, what? It's so outlandish. I've never even gone back to look at the original interview just to be like, what are you talking about? But
look, I cannot wait. This is my childhood, childhood into high school kind of thing coming up, and it's like, okay, we're gonna relive that.
Yeah, this is middle school to high school.
After that, it's just craziness from both of them.
Yeah.
So whatever they're already talking about, it's already crazy. I can't wait.
Yeah. I saw the jokes everybody was going in on Romeo.
Maybe he'll do a surprise. Maybe he'll do an appearance.
Talking about if Romeo hit him with this one. Talking about the rap he did for the college or something.
ICDC.
I was like, oh, y'all really going at this man. But I remember when he came out, he had a little number one hit.
Romeo?
Romeo.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was on 106
Give me
in Park.
one more chance.
Some shit.
Was it?
So
He had
Romeo
some.
got 3.
Huh?
I said, so Romeo got 3 songs.
Yes,
Romeo got 1.
He got something with Solange too. So you remember whatever that video was? I remember the video, but I cannot remember the song.
Where they were at the.
It's like outside.
They were at the fucking. Were they at the carnival or the fair?
Something like that. It was just like, what song is this?
Why is Puppy Love in my head though?
It wasn't that.
It was. So...
I don't know. But
damn.
Puppy Love versus
Kiara,
whatever that one was, right? Because she would have remembered that random song. But like, Puppy Love's still coming out. But anyway.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I guess it's a general consensus that Bow Wow will. No, my bad. He's fighting. He's going against Soulja Boy. I'm thinking.
Yeah. Oh.
What?
Okay. So you
Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy. I do think that the 9-year-old in me is going to ride for Bow Wow. However, I think Soulja Boy got some hits, especially if he is able to dig into everything that he has touched. Because he's touched a lot.
I mean, he's got a lot of features, he can hit him with Where the Party At remix. Oh, if he brings Jagged Edge.
Who are you talking about?
Where the Party At remix.
Bow
You don't
Wow?
remember Bow
Bow
Wow?
Wow.
You don't remember him on that?
She's talking about Soulja Boy.
I said Soulja Boy.
Oh.
Soulja Boy has a few newer songs though.
Yeah, like he has touched like some newer stuff, and he's like
every other year he got a song. Every few years.
But isn't he down for like producing on some stuff too?
Yeah,
or at least people like taking from him. Like he got credit on one of Beyonce's songs.
Oh,
I think it's Sorry, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Or he has credit on a song on Lemonade.
Oh
shit!
It's the Turn My Swag On. She just says that though. Hop out the bed, turn my. She says that.
She says it, and on it, like he's giving credit for it.
Yeah, so he gives
credit
for writing. Yeah.
So I wonder how they're gonna limit this, because we did that fake versus at the house that time.
Yeah.
And y'all tried to.
Wait, was it these two?
No, it was Mary J. and Mariah.
No. So we did a Mary J. versus Mariah, and the person who was going for Mary J. Tried to play fancy for.
Tried to play fancy
for Mary J. because she has like some kind of
background vocals on
something
fancy,
like that. But it's like, did she get credit for fancy?
Wait, Drake's fancy.
There has to be some. There has to be like a note in the book, like additional vocals provided by.
I don't even
Mary
know.
J. But yeah, I was like, you reaching.
That was a reach.
Solid.
You know what? Solomon's fake because he's talking about it's a reach, but he voted on that round.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going with fancy.
Well, if we could have used it, right? Did we use it? Yeah, okay, my bad. But we should have established that to begin with.
Right. So hopefully they lay out the rules for us, because I want to know who.
But
where is it going to be?
I can see Soulja Boy playing Soulja Boy.
Oh my God, he has to.
And I see that not winning though.
No,
I mean, it
he gotta
depends when he
play.
plays
He
it.
has to play it right.
When is the right time? It's an old ass.
Oh my God, what do you think Bow Wow's gonna play?
You talking about Superman,
I feel
right?
like it was played
Yeah.
so much. Like,
what?
or does it still hit?
It's gonna hit when he
When's the last time you heard that hoe?
What? That's not fair because he came out this week. I probably heard it this morning.
2 days ago. I don't know, man.
Man, Soulja Boy needs to if he has some kind of like special effects, like look, this is what I bred, and show all them Batman, all them other fake ones that came after him.
Crank that Batman, that Spider-Man.
Batman was the best one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. When is it? Do y'all know?
They say June, mid-June, I think.
Okay. Mid-June.
I don't know.
I'm gonna pop in and pop out. I'm
who
gonna
you
pop
want
in
to
and
win?
pop
You
out.
have to pick.
I just see Bow Wow winning.
Okay.
Go for the
I
underdog.
think I'm more
Who's the underdog?
Soulja Boy.
Boy.
Ain't
Oh,
he?
okay.
He's not the
Big
underdog?
Draco.
I
I
don't
don't know. He the one with
Big
the new
Draco.
song. He the one with the new song.
Look,
Y'all got so many songs.
Yeah.
I guess
He
so.
wanna
That's
go
what
20.
He what?
He has to want to go 20.
Oh, I'm
Bow Wow.
sure. Because on
You
some
know?
of, I'll say like maybe even on a Crank That or
Sierra
whatever.
one? Huh?
Oh man, I
Sierra
forgot about like
one.
Yeah.
that's my song though.
Lil Bow Wow, you just don't know. I want to
Man.
thank you. I mean,
Y'all really love I wanna thank you.
That's
Y'all
an
got 'em.
automatic for me. Okay, well maybe if Soulja Boy play Turn My Swag on, I'm gonna go with that.
Bro, whatever that hit was, with Bow Wow, Chris Brown, but then Omarion came on for it. Whatever song that
Oh
was.
fuck! What was that?
It's
I don't remember that.
it's not keep fuck. It was whatever it was, it changed the world. But it
Let Me
wasn't
Hold
Shorty
You-
Like
oh,
You.
no.
But it wasn't Hold You Down was Omarion.
Mhm.
And then Only
Bow
Thing
Wow
That
was on
Keeps
there.
Me Up.
Oh,
I'm
Shorty
feeling
Like
down.
Mine. Shorty Like
Yeah.
Mine. Okay.
So
T.S.
I mean,
Bow
you
Wow?
know, maybe
Okay.
Bow Wow
Yeah.
is just the ultimate, like, all right, y'all better give
We'll
Soulja
see
Boy.
what you
But when
got.
Soulja Boy play Crank That, y'all better give it to him.
Yeah.
Because he might need it.
We'll see. All right, did y'all? We'll take a break.
Break?
I don't know. I'm gonna just give it to Bow Wow. Did they?
Oh, at the club.
And you know what's so crazy is now that you mentioned it, I was watching that. I think it's a Stars show. Girls Run the World or something.
You watched that? I haven't seen it yet. I'm
I was
waiting to
just
watch
like,
it with my friends.
let me not be that nigga that's not gonna support. Let me just at least see what it's about.
Was it
I
good?
think I watched. What was it? What was it about?
It's about the 4 girls living in Harlem.
Oh, I did see that. I watched that. Yeah.
Wow.
And-
the people in this room, I'm
You
the
didn't
only
watch
one.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
then-
was supposed to wait and watch with my friends, and you know.
I mean, it's
girl
hard.
thing.
It's hard to not look at that and think of
Beyonce.
no insecure / girlfriends.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
damn near impossible.
I mean, but just like Tyler Perry's sisters,
I never even heard that.
But the acting on that is bad.
the
Ooh,
acting,
the acting on that is
on that
bad.
is so
like it's
bad.
bad.
the
It's bad.
storylines, the storylines are good. The writing,
That's a
and-
series?
Huh?
That's a series?
Sisters?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
Never even heard
40
of it.
That's the one
episodes.
about the girl. The
It's a
girl.
lot. Huh? I mean, it's a lot of episodes though.
But it's like every episode, the niggas is foul. Everyone, they mad at something the niggas
girls
done
are
did.
too. But the girls
So
are
it's
too.
Lifetime. It's Lifetime Tyler Perry.
BT.
But I mean,
Something
like the
that.
Lifetime
Yeah.
shows.
Just horrible acting though.
He just needs help in the writers' room. For that one,
he said that, and folks really came after him for that one.
it's obvious.
It's like
Tyler.
why
It's
Private
obvious.
Stuff have this
Oh,
big
we
ass
knew.
production
Yes,
and
we
you're
can
not giving
tell.
opportunities for people to
Like-
write.
I don't know,
But,
man.
But no, in the Run the Girls show, she had to go to this Soulja Boy event.
Ah, yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
okay, Soulja
But
Boy's
it
still
was good?
relevant.
Was
That-
it,
It
good?
we
was alright,
we
I
never
don't-
saw him.
Was it a good event?
The event?
It was just a regular ass party. Then they wouldn't let her in to
It
the
was
VIP
the
section with him.
It was us said
Hey.
we could see her running into her past. That's
Yeah.
the reason it was. Yeah.
We didn't even get like, oh, there's Soulja Boy
Yeah,
in
yeah.
like a fake image of him. We didn't even. But it was okay.
Okay, first episode.
Yeah. I would have watched the second episode if
I
it was
watched the
already out.
second. I watched the
Oh,
second.
whenever I watched it.
No. I didn't watch it. I said I would watch.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I watched the second one.
Bet. Can't wait.
But yeah.
I forgot what I was about to say. It wasn't relevant.
Yeah. I did watch that Underground Railroad.
My mom told me to watch it. I didn't watch it yet.
Episode 2 is just hard to get through. Once you get like towards episode 3, the end, then it's like, okay, it gets better, but whatever. Okay, now we're gonna get into our versus topic. It's kind of a 2-part, but the topic is going to be first, what attracts you to women or men or the opposite sex or whatever. And the second portion of that is what attractive quality do you find that other sex or other person might not pay attention to? So what is an underrated quality or characteristic or attractive attribute that you think that they don't care too much?
Okay. So if I think about what attracts me to men, I should have let Reggie go first, actually.
I mean, unless you have an answer.
What attracts me to women, aside from like your natural physical attraction that you have, probably like their aura in a room, how they are amongst like just their friends and family. That's a normal one, right? You looking like
no, it's cool. No. So I'm not happy, but I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a little surprised you just went not the physical part and then
no after. I mean, it's like physical is initial.
Okay.
So, but after that, probably just how they are in a room full of people. I think my underrated, it may be a tie between like I like long legs. And then another one is just they're like dressed down with
how they are when they're
like,
dressed
chilling.
down regularly.
Yeah. Chilling with a makeup on, like at the
oh my gosh, then drag me out.
I feel you on that, and some people would say,
I know.
You trying to tell me? Who are you to tell me what's an attractive quality and how I should look?
I thought about it, I was like...
No, I feel you. Like, I do tend to pay attention to women when they're in their regular shit. Or, like, maybe uniform clothes.
Uniform clothes, like, where?
Like, just like regular degular. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, for instance, I might look at somebody that might be in the scrubs. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, she still look really good in her regular scrubs. Or not necessarily in some fucking sweats, but just in some regular, everyday, like, I'm gonna catch you like this when the camera and the lights ain't on type shit. Is that what you're saying?
So natural. Natural.
I didn't want to say that because like saying that, it's like you come off real chauvinist.
They better be natural.
Yeah.
Their hair, their lips. And,
how to word it.
I'm assuming that you're not. Okay, wait. You said
no makeup.
Look, she's about to save us.
Natural. No, we're not saying that. But we're just saying when you in your little to no
effort, I guess.
Okay, so that's the thing, right? So not necessarily saying like, okay, when you take the weave out and da-da-da. It's like when you're actually like chilling, not dressing to the nines.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna see you
just
most days.
Relaxing and relaxing.
No,
I feel like that's when
an
you're
attractive quality.
Okay.
I also feel like that's when you're relaxing and like just being yourself too. So
yeah. Okay.
You get to see them in a natural element.
Here we go.
How they are when they're not trying to put on. For sure.
Okay. So if I think about for men, I guess one of the things, if I have to talk about maybe the initial attraction that I have, maybe a weird like forearm thing. I don't know why. That's just like a weird.
Like right here?
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this.
If you can see the veins and
no, I don't need to see the veins of it, but maybe that is,
some women love
part
that
of
vein.
it. But it's like a
some women love to see the veins.
But it's just kind of like when it's like not thick, like hanging, but just like kind of firm or in shape. Okay. And I don't know, so maybe it is kind of like a firm thing. Mm-hmm. But of course, still on the physical side, I think we've talked about this where I said I like back. So it's like maybe an upper body kind of thing, but don't skip leg day.
Something about really teeny legs.
I don't know.
And not just
what
like skinny legs on a skinny person, but when that motherfucker go from like this big top heavy, but even on women though. That's how I look at that shit a lot too. Y'all, I mean, if it's like you're top heavy and then it just
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
Yes. So that is like on the other side, like, okay, that's kind of weird to me. You know, everybody's body is different though.
Yeah.
So is that the only thing that attracts me? Of course not. I would say maybe, and this might not be underrated to me, but I think it's maybe something people don't always think about, but it's just maybe the confidence that exudes from men. I think in general, where it's like you don't necessarily have to be the loudest person in the room, or and I guess it goes to like the aura or whatever, but just like your ability to command attention and respect without being degrading.
You want that? Yeah.
Without being like degrading, and just like I'm going to stand firm in
Goofy,
without being at the expense of someone else sometimes.
Yeah, like I can say, or he can say like whatever he feels, whatever he thinks very affirmatively, and it's respected. And there's a follow through in the things that he says as well. So you don't just talk about it.
But I can say to add to your point, I do find an attraction in women that can be smart, or, they give off that intelligence without making others feel inferior. It's like, damn, she's smart, but she's very, I don't want to say humble. Like, oh, I got to be humble. I can't be confident. No.
Maybe like socially aware.
You could be intelligent and it could be an attractive quality. Like, you can draw me into your intelligence. You don't make me feel stupid, or you don't look like you're coming from a place of up here in condescending matter. You don't try to make sure your point is right. Just somebody that, like you said, it exudes itself.
Right. You're able to just kind of like show that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, know what he talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Or you hear somebody talk about something that they're passionate about.
That's really a good way to tell, too. If you ask somebody something they're passionate about, and the way that they describe it or the way that they talk about it, and kind of just watching.
And you can see the excitement about it. And yeah. No. I agree with you on that one.
So I would just say the attitude and aura of a man.
Okay. Attitude and the aura of the man. Okay, what would I say attracts me to women? I hate to be that guy, that general guy, but I'm always looking at two things. I'm looking at, the chemistry. Obviously, I'm looking at how we vibe off of one another, how easy it is to, to have fun and enjoy that person's company. But I'm also looking at, I guess, how you treat other people. Like, are you that person that's constantly, not saying that you have to always be a positive person, happy, blah, 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 but like, even when you're not in the best mood, how that comes off. Like, are you that pleasant? Because, there's some people, when they're in a good mood, they're happy to be around.
Yeah.
They're like, there's some people that when they come in and they're in a good mood, you love being around. And then there's those people that, well, how are they when they're in their bad moods? Do I still want to be around you? Do I still want to be, or do I just not want to be bothered?
Man.
Well, I know we all have friends like that. Girl, when she gets on her shit, I don't want to be nowhere around. Or when he gets on his, So I look at that like, damn, am I really going to want to put up with her bullshit?
Yikes.
No, I mean,
speaking from experience.
But that's even like friends.
Triggered.
Like my friends, when I know that they're going through some shit, or they're not feeling good, or they're just in a negative mood, like, it doesn't just completely bring me down. Or I wouldn't mind being not next to them, but being there supporting them during that.
So that's
doesn't drain me of my energy. It doesn't take to,
That's what I was going to ask you, right? So if you are, I would say maybe just meeting somebody, right? All of the interactions that you have are probably positive. Because I'm not going to set up a date on the time that I'm, if I'm not feeling it, like, oh, hey, let's take a rain check or whatever.
Yeah.
We just met, no hard feelings, right? But then as you get closer to somebody, like, there are going to be days where it's like, I need to talk about this. And I'm like upset. And so I think I've had in the past too, where it's just like, I had never been, I guess, negative around someone, or never been in a negative mood around someone. It was like one day when I needed to like vent about something, it was just like, they were just
Oh, they weren't even trying to hear you out or try to be supportive.
It was just like
That's different,
dang.
a little different though from what.
Well, I guess it
Psalmist
goes
saying.
both ways. I guess it
Yeah.
kind of goes both ways, right?
Yeah, so I'm saying like I guess being on that front, like if you're saying, you know, if this person like how are they on their bad days, like what kind of realm is this? Because at a certain point, like I have to get this out.
Yeah. So you
and
on your bad days, can you come to that person and vent?
Yeah. So like,
You know?
are you measuring it too hard on that person? Like, are you being too hard on that person where it's like, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know, for that to be the thing, like, ooh, how are they? It's just like, well,
No,
yeah.
no.
That's
I think
a good one,
it speaks
too.
volumes when you could be around somebody that can get you out of that funk, or
Yep.
somebody that can make you take your mind off of the negativity or the fucked up shit that might be going on, you know?
Yeah, so I do think some people are, you know, they probably can't communicate whatever is wrong with them.
Yeah, that's important. And you'd want that from your spouse, right?
Yes, but I want to be able to say whatever it is because when
without censoring
like
yourself.
without censor. If you're gonna look at it as me just being super negative, like, okay, did I cuss out my coworker in real life? No, but when I tell you the story, I'm gonna add it.
Yeah, I gotta be able to bitch about
like
the white
let
man.
Me,
You know,
me
if that comes
out.
up, if I can't, well, you know, come on, as a black person, we have those days in which, you know, we're infuriated with the man or the system or the oppressor. And if I can't even vent my frustrations to you about it.
Without it being viewed as like, oh, she always like, no, I was just talking. I was just telling the story.
He hates whites. You know, he hates whites. It's like, no. But yeah, no.
We could probably talk about that. Like,
y'all making me think if I need to get better at that. I probably got to get better
at being able to vent to someone,
being
that person, someone can vent to you.
Yeah, because it's harder.
Being vented to.
You know, you got a problem when you're venting outside of your relationship more than you're venting in it. For real,
but
that's real
seriously
talk.
though, like that's the thing. I think for me, that the relationship should be like the safe haven, right?
Safe
like
haven.
I should be able to literally say whatever is on my mind.
What is that shit? Is it on? Oh, damn, we digressing. Is it on This Is Us, where they're like, they have like the safe word and
yes, it is. This is us.
Shit.
It's something like just say it or.
Nachos. What was it? Some shit.
I'm caught up and still I cannot remember.
Damn, my bad. I don't know. But they have like a safe word where they get to say whatever it is on their chest.
Yes.
And let it out, not be judged.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had that with a partner.
Well, I mean, you also don't have, 2.5 kids and
yeah. What was that shit on Grey? Post it.
Oh, Grey's.
Yeah, my bad.
You took it back. So
he's
you're an OG.
I took it to the present. But
now.
But I feel you. What's an underrated attractive quality that I think about that I think no one else thinks about?
Or just isn't common. Like it's not something that people talk about on a day-to-day. It's not like her physical, but
Fuck, man. I don't know. Can I pass? Can I pass? I really don't know. I really don't know an attractive quality.
I would say maybe something around probably your first answer probably isn't thought about all the time. I think you kind of gave two, but the intelligence part of it or like the being able to show that intelligence. I feel like you are attracted to like really, really smart
Yeah,
women.
I mean, I like people that can hold a conversation about a lot of different things and make me think about things in a different way. So they challenge your ideology and make you consider things otherwise. Okay, here's my attractive quality is somebody that just shows me a different point of view, a variety. You know what I'm saying? That can expose me to a different side, Like I look at that a lot. Like what can I learn from you or take from you? And yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of times we focus on the similarities in one another that sometimes we don't look at what we can, I don't want to say gain as if I'm using them, but
compliment. Like
I'm always for
complimentary
learning new things and being exposed to new things. So if I can do that with someone, I really take that to heart.
Nice.
Sure. Well, I think we're running up on it.
No. So if you like what you heard, definitely
Goodness, good day and good night. Follow us on He Said,
That's how you
He
know I
Said.
don't usually have this one.
Follow us at He Said We Said on Instagram and Twitter. And we don't have any other final thoughts. We're good. Bye.